Okay, so we are going to see what is evaluation of expression. So you are all familiar with what is an expression, how to evaluate mathematically. You have studied in so many mathematical papers. Now let us see how to do those operations in a computer. So for that, first we are going to see what are the different types of expressions we have. Then we are going to see an algorithm for converting the expression from infix to postfix. Then some examples we are going to see for this particular conversion. So first we'll see what is an expression. An expression is nothing but sequence of operators and operands, and they will reduce to a single value when you evaluate it. And these operators can be any mathematical operator, and they will indicate what operation you are going to perform. They can be arithmetic operators like addition, subtraction, multiplication, and so on. Or otherwise, they can be relational operators, less than, or equal to, or logical operators also. And next is in every expression we will have an operand. This operand consists of set of constants or otherwise variables, or sometimes it will also contain an expression. And on these things you are going to perform the operation. Okay, so now let us see some examples to understand this. If I write one expression as a plus b, so in this a and b are called as operands and plus is called the operator. Here, both a and b are nothing but they are the variables. Whereas if you consider the second expression, c multiplied by d minus 10. Here, c and d are variables, whereas 10 is a constant, but all the three are nothing but they are the operands. Multiply and minus, they are called as operators. Now, if you consider the expression 10 divided by 5, here 10 and 5 are operands, but both are constants. They are not variables. But this divide is the operator. So if you consider the last expression, here there are three operators totally, 2 plus we have, then 1 multiply we have. If you consider the multiply operator, it is going to operate on one operand as a plus b and another operand as c plus d. So for multiply, both the operands are nothing but they are expressions. So from this, what you have to understand is the operand can be a variable or it can be a constant, otherwise it can be another expression also. Now, we are going to proceed with the remaining parts. In C programming, you can classify the operators into basically three types. They are based upon how many operands they have. If you consider the classification, we have the unary operators where the operators will operate on one operand. So the examples for unary operators are not symbol, then we have unary minus, then we have plus plus. This is increment. In increment, we have prefix as well as postfix. Then we have minus minus, that is decrement. Again, we have prefix and postfix in that. Then size of. So these are some of the unary operators we have in C programming. Likewise, if you consider the second category, we have binary operator. In case of binary operator, it is going to operate on two operands. The third operator is ternary operator. The ternary operator is going to operate on three operands. So only one ternary operator we have in C programming, that is nothing but the conditional operator, which is colon and then question mark and then colon. So these are the basic classification of the operators in C programming. Now, let us see how to evaluate the expression. So generally, if you have an expression with only one operator, it is very easy to evaluate the expression. For example, if I give the expression as 10 plus 20, you will straightly say the answer is 30. It is very easy. Just apply the operator to the operands. Whereas, let us consider the second one. If you have expression with multiple operators, how to evaluate them? Let us consider the expression as 10 minus 2 into 20. So here, if I give you this expression, if you don't know the operator precedence in C programming, let us assume that you don't know the operator precedence. Some of the people will evaluate this minus first. They will write 10 minus 2 is 8. Then they will multiply that by 20 and they will tell the answer as 160. This is some group of people will follow like this. And some other group, they can do like this also. They will do multiply first. So they will multiply 2 and 20. The answer will be 40. Then 10 multiplied by 40 will be minus 30. So now, what is the problem we have here is, we have only one expression, but since there are multiple operators in the expression, we get more than one answer. So why we get answer like this is we don't know in which order we have to evaluate the operators. Okay, so we are getting now ambiguity. Why we are getting this ambiguity is there are more than one operator involved in the expression. So the main drawback with this approach is there is an ambiguity. Now, when you give this expression to the compiler or the computer, it should solve the expression without any ambiguity. So how to do that? That only we are going to focus now. So how to resolve the ambiguity? If you want to resolve the ambiguity, there are two ways. The first way is whatever expression is given to you, you fully write the expression with the help of parentheses. So that is called as fully parenthesized expression. And the second way is don't go for any parenthesis, but use the concept of operator precedence and then associativity. This one only you have done in C programming. Okay, so apply the precedent and the associativity of all the operators you have studied in a particular language. Okay, so these methods we are going to see. So what is fully parenthesized expression? So fully parenthesized expression is nothing but if an expression is given to you, you have to see how many operators you have in that. For every operator, you have to give one pair of parentheses. So suppose if your expression contains 5 operators, you will write 5 pairs of parentheses to solve the particular expression. If you write an expression like this, it is known as fully parenthesized expression. Why we are giving parentheses is, it is going to tell in which order you are going to evaluate the operators. And when you go for this method, you will not get any ambiguity because you are going to evaluate with respect to the parentheses only, so you can solve the ambiguity problem. Okay, and one more thing is when you go for parenthesized expression, you don't need to remember any precedence and associativity rules of a particular language. Now let us consider this. I have this expression. If you consider this expression, there are two operators. One is plus and the other is multiply. So I will write two pairs of parentheses. For 3 and 2, I have one pair of parentheses. Then for the plus operator, I have another pair of parentheses. So when you have nested parentheses like this, you have to evaluate the innermost parenthesis first. So here the innermost parenthesis is nothing but 3 multiplied by 2. So evaluate that first, you will get the answer as 6. Then apply the plus operator. You have now two operands now, 5 and 6. When you add them, you will get the answer as 11. Okay, so here we don't have any ambiguity problem because you are going to evaluate with respect to the parenthesis only. If there are more than one parenthesis, in case of nested parenthesis, you will evaluate from innermost to outermost. Now, what is the second method to resolve the ambiguity? That is by applying precedence and associativity. So you should know what is the difference between precedence and associativity. Precedence is nothing but if you have more than one operator in an expression, you have to evaluate the operators according to the priority or the precedence. Okay, so it is going to tell in which order you are going to evaluate the operators in a particular expression. Always you start from the operator with highest priority, then move on to the next highest priority and so on. Finally, you will evaluate the lowest priority operator in that particular expression. Okay, then if we have precedence, why we have the associativity? Sometimes in an expression, you will have two operators with the same precedence. Okay, so in that case, since the precedence of both the operators are same, you should know which one to be evaluated first. For that only we have the associativity. So this associativity is going to define the order in which you are going to operate, are going to evaluate the operators if they have the same precedence. And we have two types of associativity. It can be either left to right or otherwise from right to left. Okay, now let us consider one example to understand this. So here I have the expression as 10 minus 2 into 20. Here I don't have any parentheses, but I want to evaluate this expression without ambiguity. So we have two operators in this. One is minus, another is multiply. So you have to see what is the priority of precedence first. You have to see for multiply operator, the precedence is more when compared to the minus operator. So you have to evaluate multiply first. So when I evaluate, I'll be getting the answer as 10 minus 40 because I am going to multiply 2 and 20 first. Then I have to perform the subtraction. So I'll be getting the answer as minus 30. Now, if you want to do this particular approach, there is a problem. You have to get the answer by scanning the expression multiple times. You can see how I have evaluated. First, I have started with 10 minus 2 into 20. Then I scanned the expression one time. I have applied the multiply operator. I got this answer. Then I need to scan the expression one more time. I'll be applying minus. I'll be getting this answer. Okay, so I am going to perform scanning multiple times. So here in this expression, there are two operators. So I have scanned the expression two times. Generally, the number of scanning you are going to perform in an expression will be equal to number of operators. Now let us see that with the help of one more example. So in this, I'm telling you to evaluate this expression. This is containing parenthesis, which is explicitly given by the user. Why they have given this parenthesis is, if there is no parenthesis, if you apply the operator precedence, you will be evaluating 2 multiplied by 20 first. But explicitly, the user wants you to evaluate 10 minus 2 first. If they want to change the order of precedence, they will be giving inside the parenthesis. Because for parenthesis, we are going to give higher priority. Okay, so in this, first you will scan the expression one time. Okay, you will find 10 multiplied minus 2, the answer is 8. Then you will scan the expression one more time. You will find now 8 multiplied by 20, answer is 60. Okay, so here we are scanning the expression two times because we have two operators now. Now let us see this case. So here in this expression, I have totally 4 operators. So I'll be scanning the expression 4 times to find the answer. The expression is not a parenthesized expression. So I have to apply the operator precedence and associativity rules now for the answer. Okay, so now I'm going to see this, which is having highest priority. There are totally 4 operators: plus, multiply, minus, and divide. Out of these 4, multiply and divide have higher priority. Then you will have plus and minus. Okay, multiply and divide have same priority. Okay, so out of multiply and divide, which one you have to evaluate first? For that, you will be applying the rule of associativity. Okay, in case of multiply and divide, you have to follow left to right associativity. That means you have to see which appears. You start from the expression from the left direction, then see which appears first. So here I'm starting with 5. I have, since it is in the left direction, I'm starting here. I have to move right. When I am moving right, first I have multiply, then only I have divide. So I have to evaluate multiply first. So now if I evaluate multiply, I will have 3 multiplied by 2, that is 6. So in the next step, I am writing 6. Now I have 3 operators: plus, minus, and divide. Now here, divide is having higher priority. So evaluate that. So 6 divided by 2 will be 3. Now you have 2 operators only, plus and minus. Both have the same priority. So which one you have to evaluate? For that, apply the rule of associativity. Plus and minus have left to right associativity. That means start from the left of the expression, move towards the right. Whichever operator comes first, evaluate that. So now I am starting with 5. When I go like this, I have the plus operator first. I'm going to evaluate. The answer will be 11. Then I have only one operator now. I have to apply this. 11 minus 3 will be equal to 8. Now, if you see here, there are totally 4 operators. To find the answer, we are scanning the expression 4 times. Then only we are getting the final answer. Now, I told you 2 things. In case of multiple operators in an expression, you will get ambiguity problem. If you want to solve the ambiguity problem, you will go either for fully parenthesized expression or otherwise precedence and associativity. Okay, so here, whatever expression we have seen so far, that comes in the category known as infix expression. So what is the meaning of infix expression? So an expression is called as infix expression if the operator appears in between the operands. You have to see the position of the operator with respect to the operand. If the operator is in between the operands, you will say it is infix. Students, try to remember one thing. Here afterwards, we are going to focus only on the binary operator, not on unary or ternary operator. So now I have operand 1, then the operator, then the operand 2. So here I have two operands, so it is binary operator. The operator comes in between both the operands. So it is known as infix expression. Okay, and here whatever we write in mathematics, you are writing so many expressions. Whatever we are writing, that is always infix expression only, because it is easy for the humans to understand the infix expression, and also it provides readability and easy understandability. But these infix expressions are difficult for the machines to evaluate. We are writing all the programs in the computer only, so computer should evaluate. We are not going to evaluate. So if you write infix expression, it is difficult for the computer to evaluate the particular expression. So for that, we need to go for some other method. Okay, so why it is difficult for the machine to evaluate? The reason is, if your compiler has to evaluate the expression, it has to scan the expression many times to find the answer. Okay, in the last slide only we have seen, if there are 4 operators, you have to scan the expression 4 times. Then only you will get the final answer. But for human being, it is very easy. We are tuned to that particular approach only. But it is difficult for the compiler. Okay, so they came up with 2 solutions for this particular drawback. The solutions are, don't go for infix expression, go for something known as prefix and postfix. Now we are going to see that one day. So we have totally 3 ways of representing expression. One is infix, another is postfix, another is prefix. Okay, out of these 3, infix is easy for the humans but difficult for the computer, whereas postfix and prefix are easy for the computer to solve. Okay, so we are going to see only with respect to the computer. So we will go for postfix or otherwise prefix expression. Now let us see what is the difference between all the 3 categories. You know now what is infix. The operator comes in between both the operands. That is called as infix. The second category is prefix. This prefix is also known as Polish notation. Okay, so it is in case of prefix operate expression, your operator will come before the operand. Pre means before. So the operator will come before the operands. So if you see here, we have the operator first, then operand 1 and then operand 2. Since we focus on binary operators, I am writing operand 1 and then operand 2 only. Then in the third method, it is postfix. So here, it is also known as reverse Polish notation. In this, the operator will come post. That means after all the operands. Okay, so first you will have the operand 1, then the operand 2. Finally, you will have the operator. So this is postfix. So now in our syllabus, we are going to focus on how to convert an expression from infix to postfix, and then how to evaluate the expression if it is in postfix form. Okay, so in today's class, I'll teach you how to convert an expression from infix to postfix. First, we will see how to do that manually. Then we will see the algorithm for the conversion. So first, I have an expression a plus b. It is an infix expression. If you want to convert this into postfix, what you have to do is take the operator plus and write it after both the operands. Okay, so you will have the answer as ab plus. If it is prefix, you will take the operator and write it before both the operands. So it is plus ab. Okay, now this is one simple expression we have, only one operator we have, so there is no problem. Suppose if you have an expression with multiple operators, if you want to manually do the process, you will go for parenthesizing the expression with respect to the operator precedence and associativity. Okay, so here I gave you an expression like this. If you want to do this manually, you give the parenthesis with respect to the precedence. So first I will give parenthesis for p multiplied by c, because multiply is going to have more priority than plus. Okay, so now I will convert this into postfix. So I take multiply, I put this after both the operators b and c. So I will have now bc multiply. Okay, then you have the operator plus. There are 2 operands for the plus operator. One is a, another is bc multiply. So what you have to do, first write both the operands. A you can write, then this parenthesis bc multiply also you write as such, then move this plus after the operands. So you will have here. And finally, remember, you have to drop all the parentheses. because parentheses you are writing only for your convenience. So finally drop all the parentheses. The reason is, in case of postfix or prefix expression, we never have any parentheses. Okay, just drop them. So you will get the final answer as ABC multiply 10 plus. Okay, if you want to convert the same expression into prefix, first you have this parenthesis, evaluate that, put the multiply before both the operands. So you will have within parenthesis multiply BC. Then we have A plus parenthesis multiply BC. There are two operands for the plus operator. So put this plus before both the operands. So first I will have plus, then write both the operands one by one. So write A, then write parenthesis star BC. And finally, to write the answer, you drop the parenthesis. So we will have the answer as plus A star BC. So here we are manually converting the expression from infix to prefix and then postfix. Now we need to get some easy method, because if there are more than one operators, we want to evaluate in the computer needs some easy method. For that we are going to write an algorithm. Okay, so that algorithm is going to make use of the stack data structure. See what is the advantage of postfix and prefix over the infix now. So in case of postfix and prefix, if you want to solve the expression, there are certain advantages when compared to the infix. The first advantage is, in case of infix, you have to repeatedly scan the expression to get the final answer. That is inefficient method. Okay, so to solve this disadvantage, you better convert the expression from infix to either postfix or otherwise prefix, and then you evaluate. Okay, now what you are going to evaluate is not the infix, you are going to evaluate either the postfix or the prefix expression. Okay, so and if your expression is in prefix or postfix, then there is no need for parenthesizing the given expression, and then no need for the precedence and associativity rules. Then this expression can be easily evaluated on the computers by means of the stacks. Okay, so because of these advantages, we are going to follow prefix and then postfix conversion.